Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and it's a beautiful Easter afternoon here in Northwest Connecticut. And I figure the kids are going down for a nap. I should get to work on some of these Japanese Zelkovas. So the Zelkovas, like my Japanese maples and Trident maples alike, took a big hit the winter before this one with rodents. Had mice just girdled the hell out of them. So a lot of them didn't make it last year, and the ones I have right now are in some rough shape. They each have a little different thing going on, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's one of them right there. So we're going to take a closer look, get them pruned up nice for the season, and, the march goes on with them. Maybe it'll give them some nice character maybe in the future. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, so my backdrop was the brown house yesterday, and I was thinking, I remember it being a good backdrop, but that's when everything's in full leaf, because then there's a nice contrast. Yesterday you really couldn't see things well, so anyways, hopefully this blue shirt kind of matched the kids for Easter it might be a better backdrop. I don't think I'll need these. All right, so what we have going on here, I believe, is this thing. You know what? I gotta get in closer just on that. I can't believe it survived at all. But can we get in there? So this, there we go. That's where they ate. They basically ate through the entire thing. There's just the tiniest bit of tree left there. And so I believe that this whole thing has died from there and above. But we have a bunch of shoots coming off of it. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to leave the shoots and have it... it's already wasp season, people. Stand by. All right. So what I was saying is that I'm going to leave these growers and kind of make it look like a little clump style, but really it's just one root system. The root system's pretty crazy. All right, buddy, you did your job. You hung on. Some others did not survive. But here you go. This whole thing was dead. Chewed to death. Had a nice little branch system going and a canopy, but that's fine. So this is what we're left with. I planted the soil a little high on the base, but I believe we're gonna have some great surface roots with this one. Some really nice ones, which produce some really good volunteers here, or suckers, or whatever you want to call them. But we're going to turn them into bonsai. And at least this one has a fun backstory, and I remember it. Getting to the point where it's been a few years, and I don't really remember the story on all of them. Just pretty much the ones that were attacked by some sort of insect or scale or something. Got some nice healthy buds at all the nodes here, so let's just kind of even out the top, and then we'll see if we're going to keep all of them first. I let Stella hack at this one the other night, trying to teach her how to just trim one branch at a time, and to her that meant do the opposite of what Daddy said, so we went and played on the slide instead. But this one really, like you saw, I had to cut out such a lot, and I knew I was going to cut it down a lot, that I figured it was a good time for a learning lesson. I could probably do some wiring with these. No, these are really stiff. So take that idea out. So these big two are crisscrossing. And this one's growing closer to a smaller one, so I'll just take that one out. This one could end up being pretty fun. And I'll take this one down here because it's going towards this guy. I don't really want them wrapping around each other, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, these two are coming from the same spot. And this one just looks so healthy, but it's kind of going against the grain. So I'm going to take that out. Just let the energy go to the other one. Yep. These are crazy. If you've never grown a Zelkova, I haven't had an elm, but I imagine they're similar. They will just grow some crazy ramified branches in one season, and I've had them come and go and die over the 5-6 years, but within one season they'll look like years of work just on their own. Tiny little fine branches, little leaves. It's pretty amazing. So anyways, if you're thinking of growing some from seed, think about 1 year on these and you're having a good time. All right, let's get in there closer on these roots, huh? See what I'm talking about. And I'll do top dressing throughout the season, you know, when I'm out with the kids on the deck and stuff. But I'm not going to do a video on it because I could go across 3 days before I finish one. But that'll make those roots stand out, and maybe this cluster is a pretty cool little bonsai in the future. All right, let's get another one out. All right, so this one didn't take as much of a hit on the trunk. It looks like it got skinned, this entire thing. So this is a lighter color where it would be dark and grayish like up here. Do you see that? I hope so. So I think it's dead from here up on the main trunk because none of these have any nodes popping where these long shoots do. So I guess we're gonna have to cut out the middle, pick a new apex. But the root system, surface roots, I'm pleasantly surprised with these Japanese Zelkovas. They've got some fun roots, so that's an added bonus. If y'all know my channel, you know I'm not big on the repotting, so I don't work with radial root system, attention to detail as much as other guys out there and gals. But that's just because I've had poor luck with the repotting process. So I try not to do too much because then I start going way overboard. Yada yada. All right, so I'll shut up and just cut these off. I would have done it in one shot, but I couldn't get to it. Now I can. Yep, dead to there for sure. And then this guy over here is dead. And I've got one little shoot coming out from this big one, from the base of it. So I'll have to choose whether to remove the big one entirely and let that little guy grow and not even nip the tip, or I'll just take out the little guy. And then I got a twin over here. Since it was weakened, I'm going to stick with the stronger growth, so I'm just going to nip out this little one here. Get that out of here. And I'm actually not going to even touch the tips. I'm going to let these two branches just come in and get the job done. get a nice healthy tree again, strong growth, and I could do more intricate work. Next year, what I'll probably end up doing next year is lopping it right here and right here. But I guess we'll see. So I've got one more planting of these Japanese Zelkovas, and that'll do it for these guys. See them budding out. It's so hard to tell what the camera wants. Okay. Well, you can see them from afar. All right, so this one, it would be a real shame if it was all dead, but it also wouldn't surprise me. It hung on a little bit last year, and so I left it alone, but there's already a branch here, and I could see it broke pretty close to the trunk, and it's way dead, so I guess the only way to tell is to start pruning. Dead there, dead to there, dead. All right, this one is dead. So it is what it is. It's a shame because it was 5 years old. But yep, this one was girdled, but I do see some live buds here. And some on the finer branches on this side. I could definitely tell like this branch extension is dead. Yep, this one's dead here. Branch actually had a nibble on it, like the thing was up on its back legs, chewing branches. There's a little branch. Oh, there was a little branch there. Little branch here, little branch there. Let's try the apex here, because these three are alive. It could still be cool. All right. It doesn't look like gray like the others, so I think we maybe have something here. Oh yeah, there's a bud coming out right here. So like the other trees, I want the most energy possible to get back into them this season. I mean, man, this moss is hefty, but otherwise looks like it's in pretty good shape. So hopefully these branches go crazy right here and here, and then these live buds take off as well. I can see there's some dead stuff up above. Yeah, I think up here's dead. But this one has live buds and it's slightly different color. Then even this one has a lighter red to it here, so maybe, and then it changes mid-branch right there. So I'm thinking that we have some live branchage there. This kind of same thing, it changes color here. So maybe we'll get some love. This one's definitely dead. Up that tip. And the rest could potentially be alive and survive. So this was a planting of 3 originally. One died off the bat. One kind of hung on. And one may be going strong. So I don't know if I'll combine it with another tree, put it in a smaller pot by itself or what, but for this season we're just going to leave its roots and leave all that live growth and see what we can do with it. Yeah, see right down here. Skin to gnawed at. Something about the Japanese maples and the Japanese Zelkovas. Luckily, I have plenty of Japanese maples, but Zelkovas, now I only have a few. So I'll show you two that I'm not going to touch, and they are in this larger planting here. Those are 3 Dawn Redwoods in the back. And then look at the ram on these. Look at that. They do that on their own. Just a nice separation, no cross branching. So these didn't get touched by the mice, luckily, but they're just like, they're very petite and fine growers, very small leaves. They just look so good. I'm not going to touch these things. Probably, excuse me, probably in May I will do a little attention to detail. If there's some shoots intersecting, like this bigger one here might want to come off, but I'll see what's alive first. And yeah, so keep an eye out if you're into Japanese Zelkovas, like my broski Matt that I was doing bonsai bar classes with. I'm no longer with Bonsai Bar, but he was a real cool dude, and he said that he had found me, and that was through my Japanese Zelkovas. So Matt, I'm going to give you a shout out after this, let you know I got a video uploading. And to the rest of my broskis and broskas out there, from my family to yours, cheers.